Hey everyone, this is Bianca Goolsby, the educational activist. And the story today, listen, you have to hear from her. You have to hear from her. This is her truth. This is her experience. She has the receipts. She has evidence to back up what she's saying. And we need some transparency about this. There are parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles that are reaching out to me that's saying, Bianca, thank you for speaking out. And I have another story too that I need to share. And so that is what exactly is what happening. And I have someone, a special guest. She's going to introduce herself to everyone. And I'm going to give her the platform to share her story because she can't do it at the school board meeting. And I'll just let her explain. All right. So take it away.
I'm Alexandra Gilmore, and I did approach Bianca just based on a lot of situations that my son has been dealing with Hillsborough County District. My son attends Liberty Middle School in Tampa Palms. This past year was his first year at Liberty. We entered into the school. Happy to go on to our next transition. We were excited, anxious at the same time for this transition into middle school. Caleb has always been a great A student and has had nothing bad, his records, never had any issues as far as him bullying anybody or getting into any fights or anything of that nature. Despite making some complaints during his previous principal in elementary, we still were looking forward to attending Liberty Middle School this past school year. Throughout the school year, my son has experienced bullying during PE and during his orchestra class. When Caleb was hit multiple times in different incidents and has went to the nurse's office because he was injured, he reported to the nurse. He contacted me. I would speak to the AP, Mr. Pursley, and nothing was done to any of these other students. Caleb was slapped in the back. Mr. James Amarati, his principal at Liberty Middle School, stated that when he got slapped in the back during PE, it was a slapping game and it was to be a fun. And so it was okay that Caleb got slapped in the back. When Caleb wind up slapping the boy back, he said, well, now he should have gotten in trouble. So Caleb was the only student that got in trouble. The white male student did not get in trouble. Caleb got a 0 for the day, and it was a joke when the boy slapped Caleb first. As we went on during the school year, I complained to Mr. Amarati about several incidents, as well as being in orchestra where there would be no teacher supervision. The teacher would leave out or send them outside alone with no teacher supervision. He was hit in the head with the violin bow and arrow, had a knot on his head. Went to the nurse's office for that. There was no consequences for that student. He was called retarded, stupid, ugly black boy. He was further when I would come pick him up from school to go to the doctors. The kids in that classroom would hang up the phone, yell in the secretary's ear, lie to say Caleb wasn't in class. We had to wait 20 to 30 minutes and have someone to go down there to find out where Caleb was, and he was sitting right in the class. The teacher was not present. When I brought these issues to the principal, he ignored it. And so as we went on further at the end of the school year, we had grades changed. We met multiple times, but he would never allow us to talk to the teachers. He banned us from talking to anyone other than himself. He placed himself in the seat that he had to be in charge over my family. We could not speak to any teachers. We would try to email through XP, but other than that, he would lie to us and say we would have the teachers be present at the meeting to resolve some of the issues, is understanding how they're grading, what's the due date so we can help Caleb be academically successful. And he would never have the teachers there. It would only be James Amarati. Eventually, he had, at the end of the school year, the assistant principal, Angela Brown. But other than that, James Amarati would make us only meet with him and try to solve no issues. Being frustrated at that point because of the grades and Caleb being bullied, we contacted the Super Area 3 Superintendent, Dr. Anna Brown, through emails. I myself sent emails. My husband sent emails. We would call down there and we would get nowhere. Finally, after months on emails and tagging her in the emails that we were sending to James Amarati, forwarding them to her, she contacted on June 3rd. On June 3rd, after school was out on May 31st. On June 3rd, when she contacted me via phone, she stated, I wanted to call you to let you know that all of your bully claims, everything that you had endured, has been found unfounded. You have made false accusations, she stated, and I had been putting these claims, these issues on the district's website
Wow.
multiple times. Every time Caleb got hit in the head, every time Caleb went crying to the nurse's office, every time when he got kicked in the stomach on May 17th, he got kicked in the stomach in that same orchestra room with no teacher supervision, and he got suspended for complaining and going to the nurse. Mind you, no one, no adult witnessed the fight in the classroom during his classroom period of sixth period. No adult supervision was there. They took the word of the white male student and his two friends. If Caleb would have never went to that office, if he would have took that beat down that he got so bad that he was out of breath, the nurse said, he would have never got suspended. So what the lesson they told my son was, if you tell your truth, you will be suspended and you will get severe punishment, because that teacher never witnessed it. So Caleb told and he got suspended. On May 21st, we spoke to James Amarati because they never did proper protocol. They never gave him the referral. They never gave him the directions. Mr. Pursley, his AP, went to Caleb during lunchtime, embarrassed him amongst his peers. It embarrassed him because he was eating lunch with his friends. They came to him and told him on May 20th that he would have to go to ISS. He was going to be suspended to report there tomorrow. They called my phone and said to let you know Caleb is being suspended based on speaking to two other boys who Caleb informed me that's the friends of the bully. So when we went looking for, my husband went and I went looking for the referral because we never got the referral. This is the first time, but the reason why I knew how the referral went because I had been substituting long term with Kelly Services through in Area 3. I had been at multiple schools in Area 3, so I had seen how the proper protocol went for now how students are in school, but Caleb did not receive his referral. So when we went and got the referral, we got the referral, but they didn't have the referral to that day, and they made the orchestra teacher write the referral the morning of the suspension. Going forward, we sent the email to Dr. Anna Brown on May 22nd. On May 22nd, she stated her reply was that Caleb had a successful year and we look forward to Caleb continuing having a successful year. So she ignored every complaint. We made a complaint about the teachers. We made a complaint about his teacher, science teacher, and history teacher. We made a complaint about not knowing how they're grading, giving zeros unfairly. We made a complaint about the teacher trapping him outside of his classroom and not letting him turn in his syllabus and making him and only three other black students that they couldn't come in and turn in their syllabus and they got a zero. We made a complaint about the student kicking Caleb in the stomach, and all you did was make him try to force him while he was crying out of breath to write a witness statement. We stated in the email how James Amarati would not allow teachers to speak to us, how I had even been on field trips with the orchestra. I had been on the team field trip. I had volunteered for the dance. I was on the PTA. So all of these things, I was very involved parent, always been a very involved parent from Tampa Palms. On the board of the PTA at Tampa Palms, I've done it all. I work in the area as a fitness instructor, so I have done it all as far as even working in her area. 3. So her response was, after all of that, everything that we're jotting down and talking about in these emails, that he had a successful year and we look forward to him continuing having a successful year. On June 6th, she sent an email at 4:56 p.m. Thursday. This is during the summertime. Caleb was not in summer school. Caleb had AB honor roll, high honor roll, passed all his exams, doing academically well in the orchestra, everything. He she received, on June 6th at 4:56 p.m. she sent me what's called a civility band. She sent it through my email and forwarded it to me, and then also mailed it to my home. She had my address on the form, and it says that she has found she found everything that I reported unclear, unfounded. She never spoke to Caleb though. She never asked Caleb to come down. She never met with me. I had never even laid eyes on Dr. Anna Brown. I didn't even know who she was, other than the fact that when I was at Wharton High School, saw her in passing. Someone told me that's who she was. Other than that, never introduced myself. Never have sat down with a meeting about any of
Wow.
these issues. And she sent this on June 6th, saying, dating back on May 22nd, that my email communication to and about Liberty Middle School included multiple accusations of the principal and teacher misconduct have been unfounded. But she never spoke to Caleb. She never spoke to myself. The only communication we ever had was through email. And when she called me on June 3rd to tell me she unfounded, everything was not true. Every bully claim that I put on the district website, I myself have put complaints on the district website. My mother has even had to put complaints on the district website because no one's
Wow.
responding. And so she said, no, nothing to be found clear. And now I am being banned from Liberty Middle School. I'm banned from Liberty Middle School based on my email response to her about saying Caleb it was a successful year and ignoring all of my complaints, my issues, my tears, Caleb's tears. This family has been through nothing but stress this whole entire summer now because we have contacted the district several times through email. We've even contacted the superintendent. We've called the office. We have done it all. And this whole summer for 2 months, we have sat here worried. And I'm such an advocate for my son. I'm very much about being academically successful. I'm definitely about not having my son bullied, just like I wouldn't allow a student that I've sat at Wharton High School or Moore Elementary or Sulphur Springs Elementary to not be bullied. The funny thing is, I just sat at a training about 3 weeks ago with Hillsborough County mentors and the hiring manager, but I wasn't a threat there. I didn't need to be banned there at Spoto High School when I sat and got for a paid training to get a contract as a substitute teacher with Woodson Elementary for the school year coming in. So I can't understand how, when it comes to me being a mother, I'm not allowed to be a mother to my son and an advocate for my son, but I can be a mentor, an educator, sit as a substitute in her district, but not, I cannot sit at Liberty Middle School, and I don't even go there like that because I'm at the school all day. But I have two sons, which scares me now. I have a 7-year-old, Bryce. He attends Tampa Palms Elementary. If you bar me off of an email and making a complaint and being an advocate for my son to not be bullied or discriminated against, will you do that for a 7-year-old? Will you say he can't call his mommy as well? So if Caleb gets beat up, does he have to succumb to be beating up? Is it okay to say, you know what, I don't like your email because I said your son's year was successful, and I agree that it was, that she's saying whatever she feels, and then I get banned. So going forward, at the end of this, she says, if I want to make it, this is what her email said, I want to make it perfectly clear that should you arrive at Liberty Middle School, you will be removed from campus by Hillsborough County Security Officer or Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. We need all adults and community to set good examples for our children and protect the safety of each individual on campus. I've never cussed this woman. I've never met this woman. I've never threatened this woman. And this is the Area 3 superintendent who is abusing her power to come down to Liberty and tell me, the black parent, that I cannot come to Liberty because this is more of a predominantly white leadership
Why?
area.
Why?
So you can see that because I've sat with students at Greco Middle School and they have gotten kicked out of Liberty Middle School the same way they're trying to do to Caleb. So we can't, I guess, because even though we've lived over here for 12 years now and had many issues, now it's, you don't want to deal with your complaints anymore with your black son. We want you out of here. We want you out of here. And that's her tactic. Her tactic is she's bullying. Now we're still having just not bullying of children. We're having adults bully children. This woman is not being professional. And when I tried to speak to her at the board meeting on July 30th, this past Tuesday, when I met Bianca, she stated that she would have a meeting to tell me my perimeters of a civility suit on what I can do. But it is clearly stated already right here. She says, you cannot come. We will remove you. She even states that if I get out the car, then she changes it and comes back and says, if I come near the school. So my son, if my husband can't pick him up, or my mother who lives in Orlando can't pick him up, or anybody of that nature, then I guess he sits. I guess I can't be a mama, even though I'm sitting right here across the street.
You know
I
what?
can't be a mother. I've never had DCF issues, never had child abandonment issues, any of that. Never was ever come to our home to say unfit parents or any of that. But now Anna Brown has put her foot down to tell me Alexandra Gilmore can't be a mommy to Caleb Gilmore no matter what anyone does, based on an email on May 22nd that she personally got offended by. But she's the one who started it with sending me the email to me to belittle my son, to say every issue, every complaint, every hit, every slap, every tear, everything that we sat here doing was stupid and null and void. And we don't care that your son has been retarded. We don't care that he's been spit on. We don't care he's been punched in the stomach. We don't care that they deemed him ugly and calling him names. We don't care. And this is a student that was an AP honor roll student, orchestra playing, and I'm good enough to go on all those field trips. Those teachers that she said issues with the teachers, I went on the field trip with the teacher, for the science teacher, the history teacher, the English teacher. I went on the field trip with the orchestra. I sat in there volunteering for the school dance with all the kids that know, hey, Miss Gilmore, that know me. And so this is why I've had to come to this platform, because there was no other way. You call them, they ignore you, they don't want to address your concerns. You put it in on the bullet site, no one calls you back until she calls back at the end of the school year to say it's unfounded and you're banned. So she is literally bullying my family. And I want to know, Dr. Anna Brown, are you trying to take my child from me? Are you trying to be the mother of this black boy? Are you trying to send him to DCF? Because I am an advocate for my son's educational journey. That's my truth.
Wow. Listen, I'm telling y'all, there is something that is happening in Hillsborough County Public Schools, and I'm just so sorry, but there's too many people that are walking around here being silent and being complicit to what's really happening. And so when I posted about the grandmother at Robles Elementary, you guys think, oh, well, this is just impacting neighborhoods that are low in social economic. No, this is happening everywhere. There is an attack on Black children. I have did the reports, and I've showed you guys that 260 of our Black children are suspended, more than all of the races combined. There is a war that's happening on Black children. And so this mother comes to me after exhausting all possible options to resolve this issue with the district, to not make this a big issue, but to advocate for her son, to say, look, my son is being bullied. My son is not getting equity in education. This is what's going on. And I have the receipts to prove it. And then you ban her? My heart hurts. And I'm just so thankful for you for being that strong Black woman to fight for your child, because there are some people that would have given up at this point and said, you know what, they're not hearing me, I'm gonna just do the best that I can. And you're like, no, I need justice for Caleb, and I need justice for my 7-year-old that is going to be going to that school, because I live here, I pay taxes here. And you can't move me out of an area that I live in. And you can't bully my children. And it's so sad that even the adults are bullying. And that goes back to my point that this is an extremely toxic work culture. I've said that in school board meetings. I have went to 3. I have spoken at almost all of them that I've been to. And I have yet to receive a response from anybody regarding what I'm talking about. And so I'm curious now, if the reports that you were making in regards to Caleb, did that count with the 335 reports that was sent to the Florida Department of Education? And it sounds like it wasn't, because it sounds like you made multiple ones and that other family members made multiple reports and nothing happened. Mm-hmm. So if there's anyone out here watching, I need you guys to literally tag the district, because this is something that they have to answer. You have this mother did everything, went through the district website, sent emails, tried to handle this in the most professional manner that she could. Did not use profanity, didn't curse. The only thing she's asking for is, why is my son getting beat up and getting suspended, and why is my child getting bullied and nothing is happening? And then now you want to ban me and send me letters to my house, like threatening me, trying to intimidate me for me to be quiet when I'm speaking about my son. But it was okay for her to be a contractor at Kelly Services and work with our children. But it's not okay for her to be a mom at Liberty Middle School. And that's what equity in education is. This is what we're talking about. So I appreciate you sharing your story. And if there's any last words you want to tell anyone in particular, so that way we could tag them in there. But what do you want out of this?
I would like to be removed from being banned based on the fact it was on an email. I would like to be addressed. Mr. Peterson's, he sent me to Dr. Anna Brown when I was at the school board on July 30th, and that was it. So she's still reigning control. No one else has come in. So I would like for even the superintendent, I've sent emails to him, contacting him, and nothing from Mr. Jeff Eakins. So because if you're saying it's okay to do that to Caleb, my question is, are you going to do that to Bryce next? Are you going to do that to Bryce next? So I would like somebody to, number one, take the ban off, because it was based on her feelings on an email, not something professional, not using guidelines and procedures that are by law. So she took her own personal feelings as a female and to say, I don't want to deal with you, and so I won't. So I'm going to ban you and make you go away. So I would like that to be considered to be removed, not considered to be removed. To be removed, because it was based on her feelings and it discriminated against my son. So I would like the civility ban to be removed, effective immediately. And because of the fact of that I can go into those schools and work as a mentor, educator, or whatnot, then I should be able to do the same thing for my son. I'm not a threat on any other level, but the only way I'm a threat now is when I'm an advocate for my son. So I would like the civility ban to be removed, and I would like for Jeff Peterson to contact me, and I would like to be able to address the issues that have been brought forth this whole school year, instead of just throwing them to the side and not caring about the bullying, not caring about the grades, not caring about a particular teacher, and really coming down and addressing as their job position requires them to do.
Well, this is the call to action, district. I mean, this is as plain as it can get. I'm going to share it amongst the internet web so that they can see it, because they do watch. And this is a very, very strong case that needs to be answered quickly, because you have banned a mother from being a mother to her child because someone didn't have emotional intelligence enough to realize, not taking this personal, she is advocating for her child, and I need to, hear her out. And instead, you take it personal. You think it's an attack on you. And so that's what you do. You bully. That's exactly what happened to me. So this is a culture. And there's other teachers that are speaking out. There's other teachers that are coming out, and parents that are coming out. And like, we can't be silenced anymore. We can't be complicit in this whole system of corruption and chaos. All she wants to do is to get this ban removed off her. All she wants to do is to be able to advocate for her son and to make sure that her son getting equity in education and not being bullied. I don't think that is difficult. I don't think that is a difficult request. So district, I'm tasking you, school board members. I know you are on my page. I'm begging you, please reach out to her and please do what's right, because she's not the only one that's experiencing this issue. That's why I believe that the Florida Department of Education needs to do a whole internal affair of Hillsborough County Public Schools, because this is not just one parent. There's parents all over in my inbox right now, because it's in shambles, of people speaking out and are afraid because they're going to get bullied, or in this case, banned, and didn't even meet the lady, didn't even meet her, just saw her in passing. But she wasn't a threat when she passed by her. She wasn't a threat, sitting in people's classrooms, educating, trying to teach children. That didn't happen. So, district, what y'all gonna do? Because we need justice here. We need transparency. And I just need to understand why a mother cannot be a mother to her child. And can someone please explain that to me? But listen, we're going to get off this live, and this is her truth. She has receipts to prove it. So somebody needs to reach out and figure this out, because this is above my pay grade. It is above me now. But the district has a duty, and that duty is to provide quality education for all students. all students. And there are students that go to Liberty Middle School that are bullied and attacked because they are Black and they are the minority at the school and they are getting bullied. And she followed all the procedure for bullying and nothing happened. So that goes back to my point where we talk about bullying is not being addressed. And then y'all want to arm teachers with guns. But yet we haven't addressed the bullying that's happening on campus, which stems this whole thing. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. But I just want to thank you so much for coming on this live and sharing your truth. You are so powerful. And listen, I'm going to keep side by side. I'm going to keep checking in on you and seeing if anyone, reached out. I'm going to do my calls and see if we can get justice, because I just don't understand justice for Caleb and justice for you, because at the end of the day, your family is literally being tormented because all you're trying to do is make sure that your son is not being tormented the next school year, which is right around the corner.
Yes.
So thank you again. And thank y'all everyone for watching. Please make sure y'all tag these people, because we need justice and we need equity in education. So that's it. I want to thank you guys again. My name is Bianca Goolsby, the educational activist, and I'll see y'all next time.